Tonight you have work to do. It's time you were on your way.
Hey there, gang. It's me, your old Uncle Todd, here with Sonny. And we're going to look at one of my favorite actors, Bela Lugosi, in probably my favorite of his films, The Devil Bat from 1940. Now, in this film, Bela plays a kindly town doctor, Dr. Carruthers, who, in the beginning of the film, is creating a giant bat. The reason for the creation of the bat is to seek revenge against the Morton and Heath families. They made millions in the cosmetic industry off of formulas that Bela had created, and he got hardly anything. First up is Roy Heath. He stops by to give Bela a bonus check, and Bela targets him as the first victim. And then he gives one of his great voiceover narrations expressing his real feelings.
Lovely check, isn't it, Doctor? They are wealthy because of you. You made them rich, Doctor. It was your formula. Tonight they gave you $5,000 and wanted you to come down to their house and thank them for it. That was your money they gave you, like a bone tossed to a faithful dog.
And then the devil bat strikes. It is at this point we are introduced to our protagonist, the reporter Johnny Layton, played by Dave O'Brien. an actor with a very strong screen presence and personality. One of the few protagonists in horror films that's not blown off the screen by the larger-than-life image that is Bela Lugosi.
Well, what have I done now? Who wants me fired this time?
Nobody yet, but it's still early. This came in from Heathville. It's a mystery killing. Old Martin Heath's son.
Who's Martin Heath?
Who's Martin Heath? Say, have you ever had a date with a girl?
A girl? Oh, yes, a girl. I believe I did take a girl out once.
Well, did she smell sweet?
Of course she smells sweet. Most girls do.
Well, that's because of Martin Heath Cosmetics Limited. They make all that goo that the women put on their faces so they won't have to wash them with soap and water.
I get it. A big man, huh?
Yes, and a big advertising account. Grab yourself a photographer and get along over there to Heathville. The coroner's holding an inquest. Find out who really killed old man Heath's son.
Okay, McGetty, I'm on my way.
If the actor playing the managing editor sounds familiar to you, that's Arthur Q. Bryan. He did the voice of Elmer Fudd for the Bugs Bunny cartoons throughout most of the 30s and 40s. Getting his photographer pal a one-shot McGuire, Johnny Layton heads down to Heathville, where he meets the sheriff at the inquest, and then the Heath family later on when he interviews them, falling for Mary Heath while One-Shot falls for her maid. This leads to them staking out the Heath place, whereupon they are on hand to witness the second murder.
I don't think your brother likes my being here.
Oh, you mustn't mind Tommy. We're all terribly upset.
I know.
Tommy!
Come on.
After a third murder that happens off screen, McGinty then demands that they get a picture of the Devil Bat. Not having much luck, Johnny and One-Shot decide to fake it, which has disastrous results.
But how about the picture of the Devil Bat published by Mr. Layton's paper?
I examined that picture under a powerful magnifying glass. I denounce it as a fraud. Whoever constructed the strange-looking monster forgot to remove a label from the silk used on its left wing. That label reads, "Made in Japan."
Subsequently, Johnny is fired, and Mary is, of course, angry at him. Not to mention the maid is angry at One-Shot. So, do our intrepid heroes return to the city with their tail between their legs? Heck no. Determined more than ever to solve this mystery, Johnny does some investigating on his own, and having noticed a peculiar odor on the body of the second victim, and finding a bottle with Dr. Carruthers' name on it and that same odor in the third victim's medicine cabinet, he convinces the sheriff to have him go and have a talk with Dr. Carruthers.
Well, anyway, our police chemist couldn't break down one of the ingredients. We thought perhaps you could.
Why, I compounded this myself. It's a new shaving lotion I'm experimenting with. The ingredient your chemist couldn't break down, I discovered years ago in Tibet.
How did you happen to put it in a shaving lotion?
Oh, the lamas use it in some of their religious rites as a perfume. The scent is very pleasant and can be imitated by competitors.
But what were Don Morton and the two Heath boys doing with the stuff?
Oh, it is the policy of our firm to try out any new product before marketing it.
Well, that knocks our theory into a cocked hat.
Oh, that Bela is smooth. Well, with that theory knocked out, Johnny's still not convinced, and he asks Dr. Carruthers for a bottle of the aftershave. Bela gladly gives him one, and Johnny decides to use it as bait, along with one shot, unfortunately for him, to try and catch the devil bat.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Get that camera ready.
You got him. Listen, Johnny, I'm going to cook that bird personally for McGinney, and I'll even stuff it myself.
With the body in hand, they now have proof of the devil bat's existence and are reinstated at the paper. And of course, Mary and the maid are now romantically involved again. But Bela, he's not done yet. He quickly makes another devil bat, because he's got a whole roost full of bats, and then visits Henry Morton with some aftershave.
I give you a few drops in your hand.
I hope you're right about that scent evaporating quickly. I smell the high heavens.
Perhaps that will be the secret of its success.
Well, you can never tell what's going to happen in this business.
You can believe me, Henry. You don't have to worry.
Yes, I can believe that, Doc. All of your formulas have been highly successful. Oh, I've been going over the report of the company's annual earnings. A net profit of over $1 million. Not bad, eh? When you remember what we built on. A mere $10,000 for your formula. You shouldn't have demanded all cash, Doc. You should have ridden along with us. Then you'd be rich, too. But then you've had a lot of fun in your laboratory with your experiments, dreaming up something new. You're a dreamer, Doc. Too much money is bad for dreamers.
So you try to pay me in flattery, telling me that I'm a dreamer. Well, I do dream. Dreams that you could never guess.
Your nerves are frayed, Doc. Now calm down. Get a grip on yourself. You've been working too hard on your formula.
Formula. That's but child's play for a great scientist. Your brain is too feeble to conceive what I have accomplished in the realm of science.
Doc, you've made some great scientific discovery. What is it?
When you'll find out, Henry, it'll be too late for you.
Oh, come, Doc. You can't pretend to control a man's destiny.
I've already proved it 3 times.
Oops, Bela kind of let something slip there. But can't blame him the way Morton just kind of rubbed his face and how much money they made from his formulas. The thoughtlessness of it. But Morton doesn't have much time to tell anyone about it because Bela pulls one of the slickest moves ever.
I hope Henry was right about having a clue. But why didn't he explain more about it when he phoned?
When I insisted, he changed his tone as if he'd been interrupted. I was afraid that he might be overheard. What is that squeaky sound?
Oh, just some night noise.
Help!
Another tragic death. Then there's a failed attempt on Mary's life. Redoubling his efforts, Johnny finally finds the lair of the devil bat in the attic of Dr. Crothers' house. And then visits Bela, asks for some more lotion, and convinces him to tag along on the latest devil bat hunt.
I tell you, Leighton, expecting a bat to be attracted by the scent of a lotion is all foolishness. I think I better run around.
Ah, sit down, Doc. The devil bat's behind schedule tonight. You aren't very chummy tonight. What's the matter?
Firearms always make me nervous.
Oh, I thought maybe you didn't want to be sitting too close to me. Just in case the devil bat does show up.
According to your theory, the killer wouldn't attack me. I haven't any of that lotion on me.
You have now, Doc.
Why did you do that?
To make it a 50-50 proposition, Doc. Now sit down, and don't try any shenanigans.
The tables are turned. But don't count him out just yet. Bela does take advantage of a slight distraction and gives quite a battle with O'Brien, which is incredible considering Bela was in his 60s at the time. Bela does eventually get away, but as Adam West used to say on Batman, he was hoisted on his own petard.
Doctor! Has anything happened to Johnny? Is he hurt?
They took him up to my place. You better come along with me.
That was Mary.
And thus, the devil bat is dead, and the hero and the heroine end in a clinch with each other, as all good horror films should end. I love this movie. Yeah, it's silly, preposterous, but it's a lot of fun. I mean, you got Bela Lugosi going all out here. I don't know too many actors that could actually do the monologues he does to a stuffed animal and not only have it look like it's being taken seriously, but dignified too. And of course, Dave O'Brien, great protagonist here, full of energy and smart talk. And it's got a surprisingly high number of fatalities in it, considering it's 1940. And there's not really that much more to say about it. It's just a fun little B movie made by PRC, one of the lowest of the low-budget studios. And it was remade a couple years later as The Mad Monster with a werewolf plot. Fortunately, Bela wasn't in that one, but George Zucco did do good performance in it. That's about all we got for tonight. Please hit like, subscribe, and share. And also stay after the credits for my favorite scene.
Aren't you curious about my new formula?
Yes, of course, only I didn't want to be inquisitive. What is it?
A new shaving lotion. Smell it.
Pretty strong, isn't it?
No. The scent evaporates a short time after you've used it. Try a few drops. Now rub it on the tender part of your neck. Here. Soothing, isn't it?
Yes. When will it be ready for the market?
Oh, it's still in the experimental stage. I want to try it out on several people first and see if it works.
Well, if you'd like to send me a bottle, I'll be glad to try it for you.
Thanks.
Good night, Doctor.
Goodbye, Roy.